Howdy all. Welcome back to a speedy episode 2 of 7 Days to Die. And we're going to jump in where we started, which is looking at what happens if you leave a box inside a POI and start a quest. It goes. Magic. Don't do it. So I'm going to put down a box, put all the junk in that I don't need to take in with me. I will try to keep the food. I'll grab some of that back out anyway, as I'm sure I'm going to use up some stamina whilst in there. And the reason this is a speedy episode is because the whole thing is at 2 times speed. For the simple fact of I went through it carefully to look at everything, and you're not going to be that interested. I wasn't that interested in watching it back. So we're now at just under 9 minutes rather than just under 20. First off, I'll grab this corpse up. I can hear the well, but I was just checking to see if it was inside, because if it was a POI zombie, then it would have a red dot above its head. But of course, dear old Karen, Lois, whatever you want to call her here, wasn't. She could follow me in from outside, and I didn't notice before I came in. But here we go, on to resources. Fertilizer. Fertilizer will give you ammonium nitrate. Not too important at the moment, but helpful later on. Having a look around here, always check the corners. There is a broken old generator here, and that does actually give me an engine. Now, being the mushroom mining company, there are a lot of mushrooms here. You can use pretty much all your tools, your knife, your hands, your shovel, your club, your axe. All of them grab one mushroom at a time, and I didn't seem to get any spores. So that was a shame, but that's the way it goes, I guess. And on to the next part here. As you can see, you've got the red dots on the compass, not above their heads to be clear. And that shows you where the zombies are. Now, in larger POIs later on, this gets more complicated. But being that this is just a big open area, it's quite clear where they are. And if you're sneaking, as you can see at the bottom left there, it shows up your hidden bar and how much they're going to discover you. So if you are careful, you can get around a corner. I did this in the first one, but on the second, there you go. 3.5 times bonus for the sneak, and you get them killed. So being thirsty, though, does mean that it's loaded my stamina by 6.6%. So I'm going to have this food, which also contains water, as some of the tin foods do, normally the soups and stocks and such. And get the other zombie also with a sneak bonus. And there we go. So on we go to the harvest and resources. There's basic things here. You've got your fertilizer, is these bags. They do actually say fertilizer on, but otherwise this colour, the plain ones with no writing, are just clay. You get a little bit of wood at the bottom if they're on a pallet, for the simple fact of they're on a pallet. These blocks of resources are mostly clay, but they give you a little bits of odds and sods, a bit of stone, a bit of sand, a bit of cobblestone. So, like I said, they're not essential to harvest at this point, really. You're not really going to be getting much out of them with level 1 shovel either, but I modded it just to show you what there was, hence why we are at 2 times speed, because it really wasn't as interesting as all that. So, both this dark green one and this light green one pretty much seem to give us the same thing as well here, just to be clear. Later on you will find ones that have things like concrete in them and just cobblestone, etc, etc, but for now that's it. Now, on to the useless resource gathering. These pallets aren't worth it. 100 hit points and you get 1 piece of wood. The piles here, 225, and you get, I believe that was free, it might have been 2. These barrels, 2 pieces of wood. Again, not worth it for how much you're hitting them. Just to show it again, 1 piece here, you get 2 pieces of wood. And at the bottom, that might have been 2 pieces of wood as well. So, now pipes, you're not going to get a large amount of pipes, but at least at this point you will definitely get pipes. And being that you're going to have weapons like your pipe rifle, pipe baton, etc, etc, they are handy to have for crafting them and repairing. Stacks of wood like this, they do give you more. This one gave me 20 for 200 hit points. I'll have to check how that stands in regards to logs. And of course, being a zombie game, you'll get a few jump zombies here and there. I could have noticed him, but I was busy harvesting resources of mushrooms, so there we go. Okay then, so we're going to carry on having a loop through here, get a few more mushrooms. And always best to check every corner of a POI. If there's a way going somewhere, no matter how weird it seems, it's probably got something there, even if it's just a zombie. Thankfully this one has a zombie and a backpack. And if any of you paid attention enough, you will notice that I have already missed some loot. Even on the 2 times you may have spotted it, or you may know the POI. So, if so, drop a like on this video and drop a comment. Let me know if you spotted it. Ho ho. Anyway, more grumpy zombies. But one of them is still idling, so we're going to give him a good whop with a hammer on the power hit. The other one's actually broken through, so we're going to get them. And knock them both down and go back to the old looting. Now these barrels if they stay untouched, pretty much always have fuel in them. Some of the barrels, I think it was the toxic ones, used to have acid or something in sometimes, but maybe that was a mod. Nowadays, I haven't really found any barrels yet that are the metal barrels that don't have fuel. The rest of this is just standard resources, so when we go up to the top. And here's a case where there are zombies. I know they're there, but I'm being cocky and grabbing some more resources first. Thankfully, there's only the 2 of them here. It is only a level 1. It's not that difficult. So, grab a couple more bits up whilst waiting for the other one. Always more mushrooms. They're never going to hurt. They don't give you too much food, so the more you can get them, the better. And we've got Kenny here as the last one, or whatever you want to call him. You can blame Glock 9 for the Kenny reference. And we're going to leave the last few bits and get our stamina up for the jump. Go in, and this is the end loot of the POI. So we've got the duffel bag, we've got the medical supplies, we've got the loot box, and a sealed Mo Power Electronics box, which thankfully gives us a tech book and some other bits. Now, I didn't notice it until I was playing back through. Pay attention to what you unlock if you're just going to quickly read through these books like I did, because I now can make the level 2 baton. I'm not sure what else I can make, so that'll be something I'll be checking on the night time along with doing my skills. For now though, we're going to chuck a load of stuff into the box and get ourselves as unburdened as possible. We're going to read the books that we got, take a little bit of water, take some food if we got some, and not worry about the rest of it, because we're not going to bother selling anything to Trader Wreck yet, because he is a bit of a douche. And we're going to make a run there in the last hour. Now, it used to be that traders shut at 10 o'clock. Nowadays, though, they actually seem to kick you out more like 1:45, 9:42 sometimes maybe. Basically, you want to have your business done there for about past if possible. So getting there for past would be a good start. Again, I'm trying to stick to the path, as I do feel the stamina drain is slightly slower on the path than it is on the grass. So you'll have to decide that for yourselves, or I'll have to find a decent way of proving it. Anyway, we managed to get here just about past. We're cutting it close. Like I said, it wouldn't have been a problem before when it was 10 o'clock, but nowadays, it's not anymore. So, we'll grab our reward. Of course, I'm going to go for the ammo, because I don't really care about the books at the moment. And we're going to get another quest for the next day, which is Ranger Station Beta, sorry, in case you didn't hear me there. And we're going to leg it home before it gets too dark. I'm not too worried about it being dark. We're out in the middle of nowhere. We're not really in a town or something, so there's not really too many zombie spawns. We might find a couple, and yeah, realistically, it's not too much of a problem, even though it's going to be past 10 before we get back. And for those of you that aren't aware, if you haven't changed settings from standard, then once it gets to 10 o'clock, the zombies start to sprint. But there's still a case of they've got to actually trigger to you, and sometimes they might trigger and idle in the sort of place rather than actually go running after you. And once you get far enough away, they will react to you, desensitize. So we've checked on that one. He's actually left us alone, thankfully. So we're going to come up here and grab a little bit of fibre to make a bedroll. Not too essential nowadays, but still handy to have, and I have it. Plus it comes up as a marker where I haven't put down a land claim as to where my base is. At the moment, I'm still going to go running the old way down, which is the big, long, windy way. Eventually, I will put a ladder on the side of that box or something so I can jump up. Try to make sure you've got yourself a safe way to get up, so there isn't a chance of you falling all the way down and injuring yourself. Splints are a waste of resources. I'm going to put this bedroll down, and I think I'll chuck up the light, and we'll leave it at that. So thanks for watching, everyone. I'll join you next time for the night when we do the skills. Bye-bye.